Good evening, my good people. Welcome to the Monday night edition of the Bliss Pickup. Hey, listen, man. Y'all already know what's going on. It's about to go down today. It's about to go down. Shout out to the new countdown. Y'all let me know how y'all like the countdown. But listen, Sully first official drop is in the book. Y'all watched it here with us live, so y'all understand. We wasn't too happy. We did some research, so we're gonna see if we have some change of thoughts, but for the most part, y'all already understand how we feel about this draft. So without further ado, I'm not even gonna waste no time. Let me bring up my co-host Lou. What's good?
Tom, what's good, dog?
Hey man, you already know. Listen, before we even get into the show, I want everyone that's in here, as y'all come in, make sure y'all put prayers up for our sister Finsanity. Just put some positive vibes out there. But yeah, Lou, what's good, man?
Hey, man, I want to echo those sentiments. Please send prayers to our sister. But Tom, you said something. You said Sully's drafted. Who's Sully?
oh, John Eric Sullivan. Sorry, sir. My apologies.
Oh, I never heard of him. It looked like a Chris Greer draft to me. That I don't know.
Oh, here we go. See, we start early, y'all. As y'all already know. Listen, make sure y'all hit the like button as y'all pile up in here. It's going down today. As y'all can see, we're already starting. But before we get into that, already hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share the content. But listen, Lou, man. Hey, listen. First of all, we could get straight into it, right? Let me let's get it started. All right, as you can see on the screen, I just put up. These are all of the Miami Dolphins draft picks. Level 2 news said John Eric Sullivan, free Greer. I guess he really say that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, y'all can put y'all grades in there in the chat as y'all come in. Put the grades up in there. I should do a poll. I might put a poll up in the chat. But Lou, listen. Before we start 1-to-1, give me your overall thoughts on the grade. Then I'll give mine, and then we could go player for player.
Listen, Tone, again, we did 4 straight days. Everybody knows I was a little upset. Now, I can't lie, Tone. There's some names on here that I do like. Again, I got to be fair across the board. If I'm going to give it a grade, Tone, and I'm trying to be as nice as I can. I'll go C. I'll give it. I'll give it a C. Listen, man. And I'm trying to be generous, right? I'm not gonna lie to you. I think you could have did, or the Dolphins could have did a way better job. I won't go as far as to say as like an F. I don't think it's an F by no stretch of the imagination. I don't even think it's a D. But Tone, today I've heard anywhere from A+ to B, and I just don't know where you get A+ from. Like that's what people are saying, A+ and A-, and I don't see it. I'm sorry. There is something that's called positional value, Tone.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And if you're gonna grade it by that, and we'll go down the list here in a little bit, breaking it down. There's some players for positional value that I just think, again, even if you wanted that type of player, you probably could have added something on top of that and still got it. So from that standpoint, again, I'm not going to kill the entire draft home, but I will say a C for me, and that's that's as far as I can go.
Okay. Listen, as y'all can see on YouTube, listen, I just put the poll up in the chat, so y'all make sure y'all vote on the poll. Just give me y'all grade of Sully's his first draft, and we'll go from there. Now, Lou, I'll say this part for me, I was critical. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get it ready. All right, here we go, y'all. Yeah, vote on the poll. So, I was critical. We all you guys watched us live, and we were very, very disappointed on a lot of the picks, right? But upon further review, if y'all know what that means, that's our Wednesday shows. Upon further review, I went back and did some homework. My initial grade was a D. I'll give it to you. It was a D. I started off with an F, and I said, I'll give him a D. I'm not happy. Just wasn't familiar with. I was familiar with a lot of the players. I just wasn't happy with the selection that they were selecting them at, the spot that they was being selected for, but then, you have to go do some homework. I also did homework and I came around to it. There's a couple of guys that I dislike for the wrong reasons, right? I was looking for a certain type of prototype, a certain type of player. And I would say this here. Subconsciously, I ignored my number one thing that I wanted for this regime to go after, and that's mentality. So after going and doing my homework, I noticed a lot of these guys, they weren't only ball players, but they had the mental makeup that us over here on the blitz pickup was looking for, right? And we always say it's not always about just being the most talented. You also have to have the mentality. Now, I'm still disappointed because a lot of the guys that they passed up, D'Angelo Pons, Keontae Scott, Uwe Bain Jr., Vega, Ione, they have the mentality that we're looking for. They do. And a lot of those guys were on the board. Avion Terrell, Colston Hood, a lot of those guys were still on the board when we were picking in some of these slots, especially the rounds 1 and 2. And I'll be in that third round, the beginning of the third round. It was kind of, I'll say disappointed to say the least. However, they did two things. I already said the first one, the mentality. And the second was they had a plan, they executed. We didn't agree with it. Like, we could call a spade a spade. We didn't agree with it. We're looking at some of these players like, hey, I didn't have him that high. Hey, I had this guy over him. No. I like this guy more. Like, we was doing homework. We were studying these guys. We were breaking down film. And come down to it, at the end of the day, let's say this. Every draft, we have a lot of people that we get, and most likely they're not going to get a majority of the people that we see. We don't know how the draft is going to fall. It always falls differently. I think Lou do a great job of pointing this part out. You have the Mel Kipers and Tom Mache's of the world that do it every year. They've been doing it. Well, Mel Kiper been doing it for over 40 years. I think it's 43 or 45 years this year. They get it wrong all the time. So you got to expect it. But that don't change the fact that we aren't going to still, I'm not going to say judge, but give our opinion and let you guys know whether we agree or disagree, or we disapprove with some of the guys that they passed up on as opposed to some of the guys that they selected. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what the purpose of us doing content. Now, time will tell if, things panned out. And it's not necessary. It don't always have to necessarily be a right or wrong, because their guys can hit and the guys that we wanted can also hit. And we can say, hey, listen, at the end of the day, it came down to what? Preference. Came down to preference. Now, some guys, like Chop Robinson over Brian Thomas Jr., I think we're looking smarter than, the past regime. We chose, Brian Thomas Jr. over Chop Robinson. I think 2 years in, we all to take Brian Thomas Jr. over Chop Robinson. Again, we say this all the time. Everyone was high on Malachi Starks as the top safety in the league last year. We were on my Nicky Mawari. I think year 1, check mark for the blitz pickup. So let's just keep that in mind when we giving our perspective of why or who we would have selected and why we would have went in a different direction. There's nothing wrong with that. With all that being said, I changed my grade to C plus B minus. I'll say that. And I'm leaning closer to B. I'll just be more definitive and say I'm going to go B minus. Because, doing some homework, I looked at the league and the type of team that it seemed that they're building, and I may just jump on board with the direction. Now, these players have to hit, but I'm on board with the direction that I think that they're going. So, yeah, for me, initially, Lou, I changed it from a D to I'm not a B minus. I'm not gonna say C plus, a B minus. So I gave them a B minus. You want to get into the players before, or you know anything else you want to add before we start getting to the players and giving our reasons why?
No, 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 no. I think you explained it well. I mean, I'm ready to get into the players. If you're ready to get into the players, again, I think you said it best.
Okay. We don't know how Green Bay draft this. We don't know how Green Bay draft this is new to us.
Yeah,
Oh, how Green
yeah,
Bay draft this is
but
new to us with the F.
yeah, but I'm not worried about Green Bay draft because those
Thank you.
guys
Yeah,
ain't in Green Bay no more.
yeah,
Those guys are
yeah,
Dolphins now.
yeah.
I'm
They're
not worried about
Dolphins.
what. Yeah, I'm not worried about what Green Bay does or how they do it and stuff. Yeah, again, they're not building the Green Bay Dolphins. They're building the Miami Dolphins.
Thank you.
So this is the mindset that we have now. It don't matter. Again, Tom. To be fair today, to me, it don't matter what Green Bay does.
Well, to
This is
me,
what they're building.
I don't care how Green Bay draft. I care about how they draft for the Miami, the Sully,
Pretty much, dead ass.
and happily draft for the Miami Dolphins, the Sully team. So again, 31 of y'all in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button. So Lou, let's get into the hold on, with my bad. I'm trying to switch something. Let's get into the first player. Round one, Kadyn Proctor, 12. I think we both was a little disappointed. We both would have took, a Vega or Ruben Bain here over Kadyn Proctor. After, it all said and done, doing a little bit more research, are you still that disappointed, or what are your thoughts now on the Kadyn Proctor?
Again, Tom, from day one, I see the vision. I understand why they did it.
Yeah.
You got Austin Jackson for 1 year. Again, it looks like to get this kid on the field early, it's going to be at guard, and then you just transition him back to his normal position at tackle. So I again, from that perspective, Tone, I understand the move, but do I like it? Not really, because this is what I don't like when we do, Tone. And I'm not saying me, you, or anybody else. I'm just saying when I hear it in general. Well, he could play multiple positions. Well, that's fine. Tone, I'll ask you, have you seen him play multiple positions?
No.
Thank
That's
you.
a great point.
So like, what are we talking about here? I like when people just come out and they tell you this guy has the flexibility. I'm sure he's versatile. And do I like the 6'7" at 350 and how strong he is and the anchor and stuff? Yeah, I like the player, right? But I just think, again, at that time, is Vega more of plug and play? If the plan is to play a guard, well, you had a better guard. You had a natural guard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't. But now everybody will jump out the window. And again, Tone, he could play multiple positions. All right, well, that's fine. But I don't know that because I've never seen it. And for people to come out here, Tone, and say that he can do it, I'll ask them, have you seen it? Right? So the answer to that would be no. I think at the end of the day, Tone, to answer your question, no, I'm not completely upset because I do see the vision. I think the kid does have upside. I don't think he's going to be a train wreck. Like, I don't think he's going to be a bust. And, again, for multiple years, we could look down the line, 3-4 years down the line and be like, hey, man, this was a great pick. I just, initially, when it happens, and you know this, Tom, I wasn't a big Caleb Downs fan or Ruben Bain. Well, I'll just stay with Ruben Bain, right? But at that point, I'm taking Ruben Bain over Kadyn Proctor at 12 because I just think, it is what it is for me. But no, it's not an overall bad pick because I do see the vision and the plan. And to your point, what they want to build a bully. And to get your first guy you ever draft at 6'7", 350, that's a good way to start in that bully mentality. So I do see the vision.
Right. And I would say this, and to add to that point, your first draft, mentality, bully, culture that you're trying to build, I think you hit it right. You hit it spot on as far as Sully. However, it has to work out because someone said he might play guard. So if you're going to transition to guard, there was a better true guard on there that also will have the right mindset, bully-like mentality. And so that will be the question for me, which will make me say I'm still not as happy or pleased with this pick as people will want you to be. I still think Vega would have been the better prospect here. However, something that he said, that they both said in their press conference, that made me say, oh, we have to remember, right, what we've been asking and what we've been saying in the problem with this franchise have been dating back to the whole Chris Good regime. They were saying about you could never have too many players in one room because you could be one ankle sprain or one injury away from having an elite guy to now you're playing with backups and you're at a disadvantage in certain positions. This pick kind of sums up their mindset, because if Austin Jackson was to go down, right, you can move him to tackle and bring in a guy at guard, because I think it's easier to hide the guard position than it is to hide the tackle position. So with him having the ability, or them at least believing that he had the ability to play all four positions outside of center, I think that keeps them from going from, a great player to now we got trash, right? Because you want to get your best five on the field on the field at all times. But if you play Booker at guard and keep Austin Jackson at tackle, if Austin Jackson go out and you could Booker out to tackle, the guard that's going to replace him isn't technically really the second or third guy, because he would technically be the first one. It's just that you got this guy that's versatile. So the drop off shouldn't be that big of a drop off because of his positional versatility. And I say, okay, that's cool. You're thinking for the future and you're keeping in mind what happened if we get injured. How are we going to still be able to have the top five players, the best five on the roster, and not take such a dramatic drop off? Now he has to be good at both positions though for that to pan out. And this is why I'm like, that's still a question mark for me. The mindset is good, but it's still a question mark for me.
1,000%.
So yeah, cool, nice. I think now this is one of your, I'll say, statements and comments that we love that you said can work against you and not in your favor, when you said hit doubles and stop. Don't try to swing for the home run. If you swing for the home run, you better hit. You better not swing and miss. This is a possible swing and miss. This can either be a home run or a swing and miss. So your first selection, you took the risk that you were saying you were taught not to do it. So I think at the end of the day, there should be some room for us to still be critical of this decision making. I just don't think it's as bad as I initially thought. I thought it was just a horrible pick. It's still, I think, I still would have went Vega. I don't care what no one said. You're not changing my mind. I'm just not killing them like I was day one about picking this, because at least if it pans out, okay, cool. You got positional versatility there, and you could work people out in different, positions to where everyone are, interchangeable, and you don't have a bigger drop off. So, and who does this a lot? Philadelphia Eagles. You notice when their starters go down, the drop off is in you sometimes you can't tell.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's the only for Kadyn Proctor. Still, I would have never did it. I think Lou already said he would have never done it. So that's there. Now round two.
Tom, real quick, I just want to address, and then this is the last thing I'll say with Kadyn Proctor, and I do want to put it up there because maybe not so much on YouTube, and that's fine. I don't go to every channel, watch every episode of what people are saying, but I do want to highlight this comment from Level 2 Noob, Tom. Leading up to the draft in spaces that me and you go into on a day-to-day basis, right? We're one of these YouTubers that come out there and you can interact with me and Tom, right? That we make ourselves accessible for our takes and for you guys to interact with us. Level 2 Noob says, leading up to the space, it was repeatedly said that if we took Proctor, it would be a massive F-up. And now folks are walking it back like Dolphin fans always do. And I do want to, that is a fact, Tom. That is a fact. A lot of people said that Proctor would be the wrong pick. Now all of a sudden we get him. And that's the last thing I'll say. It does seem to me, shout out to Level 2 Noob, because I agree with that. A lot of people are walking back what they initially said.
Yeah.
So
let me ask you a question. Do you think he project better at guard in the NFL than tackle?
Again, do I think he has the ability to play guard, Tone? The answer is yes. I
Okay.
do think he has the ability, but I gotta see it first.
Yeah.
I don't. I haven't seen it. This is what. That's why I said it earlier. They say he could play 4 different positions on the line. Cool. He's only played 1 in college though.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he's done. So
He
do I
played
think
he
he could
played
do
the
it?
receiver. He played 3 positions: receiver and fullback. I mean,
Well, that is
oh,
true.
4. I'm sorry, because he ran the Wildcat. So I don't know, man, Lou.
Well, there you go. So
But
again,
yes, that is a true
maybe
statement, though.
maybe that's the 4, positions they say he could play.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, do I think he can do guard or play guard? Yes. But have I seen him do it? No. The answer is no. So
Yeah. Okay. So now, Chris Johnson. Let's be honest. We both thought there was other cornerbacks on the draft board that we would have chose over him. You know, I'm honestly, I'm not too mad at this because I think Chris Johnson is going to be a great player. Now I know people were saying he was playing over there in the Mountain West Conference, and I always bring up, well, Sauce Gardner came from over there, and we see what he did. He got just 2 first-round draft picks. That's how much value they think he got coming from that same conference. So I wouldn't, too much kill that conference. But it is the conference. The Mountain West is the Mountain West, and SEC and ACC, Big 2, Pac-12, all that. They're those conference for a reason. So the competition is the competition. However, when I saw one clip and it seemed like it was all 2 games, but it was okay. I seen some good, but I seen a lot of the good was coming from underthrows and receivers not holding on to the ball, and him being able to knock it out their hands with the bobble and things of that nature. But obviously, again, when it go do some more film, I think there's a lot to like there. And neither one of us, I would like to say this, and I know I can speak for my brother on this. Neither one of us said this would be a bad player. Neither one of us said. I think we preferred other guys like Avion Terrell, D'Angelo Pons, who was coasting Hood, over him. But I think, to me, and this is me, watching him and being able to watch the things that he's capable of, I don't think the gap is as wide as I initially thought it was. So I'm not killing them too bad on this, like I was before. I'm going even this one out. This one is not like Kadyn Proctor. I think that's still, I would never did that one. This one, I'm not mad at this one anymore. And obviously we heard the rumors. There were rumors that Buffalo was going to take him. So that's why the Dolphins moved up to get him, with the example of as soon as we snatched him, Buffalo traded back out of their pick. So there may be some truth to them wanting to get him. Not mad at him. I think he's going to be a really good player for the Dolphins. So I'm gonna keep it even Q on that one. I'm no longer mad at that pick. Even though we gave up some capital. Now I know you're gonna bring up. Well, you could go bring, because I know you was talking about is he's worth what we had to give up for him and things of that nature. And my answer is yes, if he becomes the player that I expect him to become.
and that is fair. And I'm glad you said that. You think that you even said it. I'm not mad at the player. I like Chris Johnson. I think, to your point, Tom, Chris Johnson is going to be a very good player, right? But I see someone in the chat, and they even said it. Remember, we were sitting at 30. We traded up to get him. If you traded up to get him, Tone, because there was maybe, let's just say, 1 corner left. If it was him and Avion Terrell were the only ones left, and you just wanted to make sure that you could get one of them, okay, cool, I understand it. I don't think people understand, though, the only reason you were at 30 is because you had traded Jalen Waddle. Then on top of that, you trade another top 100 player, Tone, and there's 4 other corners that, again, Chris Johnson is in the mix. I'm with you. But it's Chris Johnson, Jalen Waddle, pick 90. I know you got a 4th round back. So, I get it. But is Chris Johnson better than Jalen Waddle, a 3-time 1,000-yard receiver in this league, plus a top 100 player? Is he that much better than Avion Terrell, Colston Hood, Gerard McCoy, and D'Angelo Pons? I'm sorry, I do not believe that. That doesn't mean that he's not a good player. I'm with you. I'm not mad at the pick, but I honestly do think he would have been there at 30. And even if he's not, if the rumor is true that Buffalo wanted to move up and Buffalo took him, cool. Then you just get one of the other guys, right? And you still have pick 90, and you can still do, like, I don't think he's worth everything that, when you look at it, that you gave up for him. That doesn't mean he's not a good player, though. And again, he's going to be a starter, and I think he's going to be good. I do think he's going to be good. But nah, bro, again, we're talking about value, and you virtually gave up Jalen Waddle a pick for Chris Johnson. And I'm sorry, I disagree with that. But I do like the player, and I think he's going to be very, very good. And from a scheme fit, Halfley, again, he's a defensive-minded guy. He looks at him as one of these guys, a foundational piece in his defense. I can't be mad at it from that point. So I do like the player, but nah, not for what we gave up. But that's just my opinion again, Tom. You know what I'm saying? People ain't gonna see it like that. But I gotta be honest to the people I talk to on a day-to-day basis, and especially I gotta be honest to myself. So I do like the player, but not at the value that we gave up for him, at least in my opinion.
Now, I see a couple of people in the chat and saying that, a panic move. I see Noob saying rookie panic by Baby Greer. See, now I got to keep the same energy. Now we on this same stage said, if you identify your guy, go get him. It better work out, but go get him. So I'm sorry if I'm not going to change my sentiments in the way that I think, because it's a guy that I just disagree with. I also said I don't care. Before, when I first started here, I said I don't care what the Dolphins fans do. What I want to see out of Suddy and Halfley is, don't care what the fans do. Execute your plan. And I see them doing that, right? And again, Halfley, his words, not mine. That was his favorite player in the draft. His favorite player in the draft. Now, however you want to cut it, however you want to slice it, right? Because he said we gave up Waddle, yes. But I don't know which fourth-round pick. Let me go back to it. I don't know which fourth-round, because I think we already had 30. We already had 130 already, right? But you got an edge and Trey Moore. And then the pick that I think we picked up was 138. We got Kyle Lewis with there. One of my favorite picks. So if you're going to tell me the cost of losing Waddle is to grabbing a Chris Johnson and a Kyle Lewis, I'm doing that, I'm sorry, every day of the week and twice on Sunday. That's just me. So, yeah, that's why I'm looking at it and saying, no, I'm not going to kill them, because I'm not going to be hypocritical up here and act like I haven't been asking for a GM to be convicted, you like that word, convicted on his stance and the guy that he wants, and then go get him. Of course, we're going to disagree. I don't have to disagree. But what I'm not going to say is, when I think a little bit when we get further down the line, I'm looking at all these players, right? And the one that you saying that a lot of people kept saying reach. Going down this list, I'm sorry. We was making it like we're reaching for bad players, and we aren't. Now there's gonna be one big disagreement in here. Y'all just live around for it when we get to that third round. But we aren't, in my opinion, we aren't reaching for bad players. At least for my initial evaluation, we aren't reaching for bad players. Chris Johnson is not a bad player. I'm sorry. Kyle Lewis is not a bad player. One of my favorite picks. So I'm not gonna kill him. Sorry, not sorry. I'm here. It's all about the logo. And at least from my standpoint, where I'm looking at it from is saying, can those two players make the Dolphins better than what Waddle could potentially can? And I'm sorry. My answer is yes. Because you know what I like about both of those players' mentality? Chris Johnson is a leader. Chris Johnson, 3-level players, can play in the slot. Now, we don't know if Coastal Hood can play in the slot. We don't know if Evian Terrell can play in the slot. Chris Johnson can, outside and play in the slot. So you know what that means? You don't have to hide him. You don't have to take him off the field. So if he does become that shutdown corner, guess what? He can mirror someone. Because if they try to line him up in the slot, guess who can play slot? And don't lose And don't be dropping the production. Chris Johnson. You can even throw him at safety. A great tackler, great coverage, and he has great hand-eye coordination. So sorry, not sorry. Yes, I'm a big component of educate yourself. Don't just go out there and just be mad because they didn't get your guys. Yes, I was like that initially on the stream because, hey, my guys were my guys. But now that they're on the Dolphins team, we have a responsibility of being objective. So sorry to the ones in the chat that's out here saying, oh, no, that was a panic move. Oh, no, we could have got another Coach the Hood. Well, can Coach the Hood do what Chris Johnson can? I like Coach the Hood. Matter of fact, my second best cornerback was Avion Terrell. But I got to be honest on what kind of position we go. Is he still outside? I told you. I learned and I understood. They told us this from the beginning. They value versatility. Proctor is the only one that I have questioned with his versatility. You say he's versatile, but I don't see it. I don't see it. So, yes, I'm still going to kill you for that. But I'm not doing that for Chris Johnson because I see the versatility. I see them play at 3 levels and very productive at it. So, not sorry about that. And that we could all agree to disagree. But, hey, it is what it is. Anything you want to add, Lou, before we go to Jacob Rodriguez?
No, I'm good.
All right, so now, Jacob Rodriguez, I think we didn't even got to spend a lot of time on this, right, Lou? I think we both are agreed. That's probably the best pick from us as far as position and value.
No doubt. Where you got him at 43, it wasn't a reach. It's a good value. It's in my opinion, the second best linebacker on the board. And again, a quarterback converted linebacker, which he's not scared to hit. That's the biggest thing for me coming from that position. He's not scared to hit. He's a sideline-to-sideline player, Tone. And from the quarterback position, I think it helped him being a defensive player, especially a linebacker. He's great in coverage. He understands where receivers, because, again, playing the quarterback, he understands receivers want to sit in zones and stuff. He's great at reading and reacting to plays. Nah, Tone, at 43, Jacob Rodriguez, it's a home. Like, again, you brought it up. Sully said he wanted to hit doubles. I think in the second round at pick 43, I think he did swing for a home run, and I think he absolutely hit the home run with Jacob Rodriguez.
This could turn out to be a potential grand slam.
Absolutely.
Like, for real. And let me tell you, the more I start digging, the more I find things that I like about at least the guys that I agree with. You know what I'm saying? Like this guy, Lou, you know what I found out? So the guy that I think is one of my favorite picks is Cal Lewis, right? I'm listening to him when they do his interviews, when he meet the media. Guess what Jacob Rodriguez and him was doing? Watching film together.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Guess what Jacob Rodriguez taught Cal Lewis to do? Create turnovers. He said he taught me how to punch the ball out, but without losing your technique. And he said I had to watch him do it. And he said, oh, he know what he's doing. I can listen to this guy. Lou, what that sound like to you? Natural born leader?
A leader, a teacher. Absolutely.
He already got a guy. Before the guy got on our team, they weren't teammates. This is at the Senior Bowl. When he taught him and was showing him something, he went out and executed it and already convinced Kyle Lewis to follow him and listen to him. See, that's what we talk about when we say, when you're a leader, it's natural. It's in you. You can't teach that leadership. You can't just go based on because you're at that position. Someone said in the chat, I think that was a perfect way to describe him. We finally have a quarterback at linebacker. You want to know what's crazy? He actually played quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
In college, too. Played quarterback. The reason he transferred to Texas Tech is because his coach left. And he had a open, invitation to play linebacker, though, not to play quarterback. So, my best, he's going to probably be in that middle road. When I get to him, just wait till how I break it down, how I think they're going to use him, and you'll see a little while. I say, I like this pick a lot as well, which is Kyle. He's asking about Kyle Lewis. So, all right, now, Lou, I think I'm going to let you start with this one. Pick 75, Caleb Douglas. How about it, my brother?
This is the worst pick in the draft. I don't know what the hell Sully was thinking here. Again, bro, let's call a spade a spade. He wasn't on anybody's board. He wasn't. He was going to be there in the fifth round. He would have possibly been there in the sixth round. You took him at 75, right? And I hear everybody tone, well, it's your big body receiver. Should we go down the list at the time of 75? How many big body wide receivers were there? They'll tell you, Tone, well, he's a 4-3 guy. You want to go down the list of how many 4-3 guys were still on the board at 75, Tone?
I know a big guy. He didn't run a 4.35. He ran a 4.4, Jacoby Lane. But you still had Chris Bowser on there, 6'4", ran a 4.3. So sorry, you had Ted Hurst on there, 6'4", ran a 4.3. Yeah, all of them went after him. They went 4 picks after him. Wait, no, I'm sorry. No, wow.
No, they went way after him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jacoby Lane went 5 picks after him. 6, 7, 8 picks for Chris Bowser, 9 picks for Ted Hurst. But go ahead. By all means, go ahead, Lou.
No, it's a complete miss, and people are trying to convince themselves that Caleb Douglas is the right guy. No, he's not. It was a terrible pick. Let's be honest. Terrible. There's no way in hell no one's going to convince me that he wouldn't have been there in the fifth round. And this is what I'm talking about. If we know this, Tone, and again, I know people don't want to hear it, but it's the truth. So just sometimes sit there and take your medicine. If you really wanted him, then go get him, right? But you could have went and got him in the fourth, in the fifth. At that time, Tone, in the third round at 75, no pass rusher for the Miami Dolphins. Is edge pass rusher? Was that a problem for us?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool, Tom. How about safety? Was that a position that we could have used at 75, Tom?
Yes.
If I look, McNeil Warren was there at 75?
Yes.
Jacoby Thomas was there at 75?
Yes.
You still have another hole at corner, Tom. If I could have told you at 75 and your 2 starting corners possibly going into the season was Chris Johnson Jr. and
Diego Pons.
Not even D'Angelo Pons, because he went at 50, but Keontae Scott.
Pons went at 50?
Pons went at 50 to the Jets, but Keontae Scott was there at 75. So if I could have told you I could have got Keontae Scott at 75, and now you would have had 2 young, physical, big corners in that Jeff Hafley defense. Does that sound a lot better than Caleb Douglas? So miss me with the, it was good value, this, that, and the third. There's other people, and I'll just, no names need to be called, but my name has been mentioned a lot today. And there was people out there on somewhere else telling us that Caleb Douglas was the best wide receiver out there.
Huh?
Yeah, the same people that have my name in their mouth, Tone, saying that I didn't know this, that, and the third. They were out there saying that Caleb Douglas was a generational pick and that he was the best wide receiver on the board. And I've seen a lot of people that's actually in our chat now was sitting there keying and agreeing with him. But I'm the damn fool.
Gerard McCoy was still on the board. Malik Muhammad was still on the board. Will Lee was still.
Will Lee was on the board. We can go down the list, Tom. I'll give you
my sleeper. Charles Jennings was on the board. You know what? Brian Flores got my cornerback, my sleeper cornerback, and Jacoby Thomas. That's crazy.
Absolutely, Tone. I'll give you one, and this is the one that should get everybody in an uproar, just like I'm in an uproar. Pregnon. Ain't we talking about offensive line?
Yep.
Pregnon was there at 75. Is Pregnon not a better overall player than Caleb Douglas?
To me, yes, of course.
Okay, cool. You could take off, Tone. I just wanted so again, y'all keep listening to the boo-boos fools over there that just want to sit there and say, I don't know ball. See, the problem is I get overly emotional. That's a flaw on me. But am I going to apologize to you damn idiots? Nah. Y'all don't know what the hell y'all are talking about.
Now, listen, it's 37 of y'all in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. And if y'all got in here late, do your boy a favor. Go back to the beginning. Let me know what y'all think about the countdown. We do have a new countdown. Boy put in heavy work. you know what I'm saying? I am going to add to it because, we got to get our sister on there. But, again, prayers up for Insanity. Now, Lou, every draft, listen, I got to be honest. I go back, I look at them, and I say, you know what? And let me go at it with an open mind objective. So I did the same with Caleb Douglas, and I went to the film, and there was a lot to like there. I have to be honest. There was a lot to like there. I think the quarterback had little issues with the production. Now the 31 vertical, bro, I can't do nothing with that. He's rated the highest blocking wide receiver, and I understand that mentality. There's a common theme with the players that they getting: mentality, toughness, and because blocking is a mindset. It's not something that you teach. That's a mindset. Hines Ward, the greatest blocking receiver in ever, would tell you it was a mindset. That's all mentality. He has it. He's 6'4", 6'4", 6'5", whichever it is, running 4.39. So you see what they saw in him and why they picked him. With all that being said, this is the worst pick in this draft. Because he's a willing blocker, yes, that means a lot. We want those guys to block. We want the mindset, and I do understand that. But there is no way neither one of y'all, I don't care, Hafley can't tell me, Sully can't tell me, hell, all the GMs in the league could come out here and say that. I would not believe that you couldn't get this man further down on the board. I'm sorry. You could have got him.
That's the point.
That's the point. There is no excuse for this pick. Nothing. Yeah, I see the potential highest blocker. Yes, I gave you the benefit of the doubt with the other guys because I understand. And I see the logic there, and I say there probably could have been a chance that you don't get the guys. Cool. I'm all fine with that, even if I disagree with this. But this one is terrible. And there should be no one out here trying to convince us that this was a good pick. Even if you don't get him, you got a better receiver that blocked just as well, and Chris Bell. Later. Like, this is inexcusable. To the people that were like, I have to question the evaluation, I think looking at this, I wouldn't have no argument with that. Even going to watch the film and seeing all the positives, there is nothing on that film that showed me that you had to go get him at 75. Keontae Scott give you better value there. And if you want to switch out round 5, Michael Taft for him, by all means, I'm cool. If you want to switch out round 4, 130 for him, I'm good with that too. But you don't keep everyone in the chat, everyone that's been on Twitter, everyone that's been on X, y'all can see, even since here, I'm keeping it objective. I am keeping it 100% objective, and I went back and did some homework, and I said, no, I'm not going to lie, I'm not too mad at this. This pissed me off even more when I watched it.
Again, Tom, because that's the point. People just think that we don't want Caleb Douglas on the team. I don't care if Caleb Douglas is on the team, but if he's there at 130, I feel a lot better than 175. That's the problem. You could have added more pieces and still got him later. Bro, I'm sorry, you're not going to convince me, Tone, or anybody in here, that he's going at pick 76, or he's going at pick 87. Or he's going to pick 94. Nobody was picking Caleb Douglas before the 5th round. Nobody.
And I see the realist saying Malachi Field at between 120 and 150, and he went 74. I don't care about other teams reaching for their guys.
This is what I'm saying.
I don't care about that. I care about what our team's doing for our team. And I'm sorry, the team would have survived without Caleb Douglas on the team. Let's just keep it a bucket, bro. He's not that big of a difference to where, we just had to have him. Now he might develop to be a great wide receiver and works out fine. I think he fits everything that the mentality that John Eric Sullivan wants. But no one is going to convince me that this isn't a reach. This was the most egregious reach, I think. I don't know. Maybe if y'all want to say Ty Simpson, okay, cool. But outside of that, this is the biggest reach I think I saw. I'm sorry. So, miss me with that. Sorry, not sorry. Please. Juwan Jennings mode or wide receiver. Okay, so what? Go get Juwan Jennings.
People are saying, Tone, the comp for Caleb Douglas, Tone, I've heard a lot, is Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Are you taking Marquez Valdez-Scantling at 75?
No, I'm not.
What are we talking about? If that's his upside, if Marquez Valdez-Scantling is Caleb Douglas' upside, if that's his ceiling, y'all mean to tell me we're supposed to be fine with that?
That's crazy, man. Nah, I'm sorry. Sorry, this is the one that when I went back, even going back, I was more pissed off than I initially was live reacting to it. I can't. Nah, bro. You're not this. You're not. And I gave y'all all the positives that I seen. But no, you're not justifying that there. You're not. I'm sorry. If y'all want me to argue with Lewis about this, I can't. Our arguments are authentic. I'm not just going to argue because y'all want. No, not happening. We can't do that. Now, anything else on Caleb Douglas, Lou?
Nah, hell no.
Okay, I think from here on out, I think this is going to be the last one that we probably going to disagree. We might agree with the rest of them. So, I think this is going to be our biggest disagreement. Now, will at the tight end, Kamaric, I think that's how you say his name.
Now, Tone, before you go, you tagged me yesterday, right? Yeah. I just want to know when this argument breaks out, are you Ish or are you Joe Budden? Which one?
I don't know if I want to be neither one because they were throwing out some disrespect. It caught the man a B. Oh, I say, Lou, I started to tag you and say, man, we got to step our game up. They've been watching. I'm sorry, they've been watching us a little too much because I seen Chad Johnson and Shannon Sharp turn up on the nightcap, and now I see Joe Budden Ish, even though they always go at it, but not. Oh my God, that was. Boy,
that was wild. Yeah, that was wild.
Who the F are you? Called him a dumb dropout? All kind of over oxtail. But so I don't know if you want to start or you want me to start.
No, go ahead, take off.
So listen. My energy for this was terrible. I'm not gonna lie. It's not. It was terrible. It was horrible. Go back and watch the guy. I'll tell you one thing I like about him. Teaching them how to block, yeah, we ain't got to worry about that. Mentality, yeah, we ain't got to worry about. Finishing, yo, we ain't got to worry about that. I think our biggest issue was you got a blocking tight end. A blocking tight end. And what did we get him in third round? Hold on, let me go back on the screen because I wanted to bring something up to you, Lou.
Yeah, you got him at 87.
At 87. Now, that's their guy, and I think he fit perfectly for what they want to do. Perfectly. But see, I went and did some homework, and I'm sorry, but you would have either had to pick him at 94 or pick Chris Bell at 94. But you wasn't getting both of them. And I believe this is the best blocking tight end coming out of that bar none. But I also want to point out he wasn't going to make it because, well, you would have had to take him at 94. But I think the Patriots would have traded him and got him because they got a tight end literally right out that 94 pick. Got them a tight end, so they was looking for him. They would have grabbed him. And I just want you to know there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tight ends that went before him. 2 in round 3 alone. And Sam Rouse, remember I told y'all I wanted to be, I like Sam Rouse out of Stanford and Oscar Dell out of Georgia. Both of them went on in the third round. And I think one thing that we all have forgot about is how important tight ends are to being physical and dominant in the run game. And we don't put enough importance on this. But I go watch this man play football, and I do not care. Watching him play football, I said, Yes, I need him on my team. I do not care that they got him at 87. We don't pay attention to tight ends, but you're not getting, these are typically where the good tight ends go. Like, this man, I was thoroughly impressed with this man watching his film. Now, the last time I was this impressed and just enjoy watching someone dominate and physically dominate people was when I watched Grace Abel last year. The last time I said, oh no, I didn't listen. My apologies, Will. I wasn't familiar with the game. That man, I'm telling you, is going to be a key and pivotal role in this dominant run game. Now, we wanted a dominant physical team. This man epitomized that. We want a physical run. You talk about running the ball when the defense know you're going to run the ball and you line up and just move them. He does this. I watched a tight end move D tackles. And I'm talking about moving them off the ball. Mano y mano. Destroy D ends. Get to the second level. Good night. You don't have a chance. And you want to know what else I watch him? When he goes, and even though the running back gets through and he does his job, he always finds someone else to block. When he finishes his guy, he go find someone else. You will never find him not blocking someone. That's mentality. That's mindset. Countless amount of times watching him play, I watch him just make sure he finds someone to put his hands on. I like it. I completely did a 180 with this pick. Complete 180. I hate that one. I hated this. I hated this pick. Watching them? No. This is a 180 for me. This is a complete 180. I am so glad. Just from the physical mindset alone, I'm glad they went and got someone like that. You talk about dog-like mentality. Oh, yeah, he got it. He has it. And he said something, too, when people say, oh, he doesn't catch the ball. He was like, I think that's going to be the biggest surprise where people underestimate my receiving ability. And that part, if he developed that, oh, man, you might have a weapon. You may have a weapon. They said, that's why he made my list of hits, Tony. Okay. Now, I know, Lou might gonna disagree, but I'm sorry, Lou. This one I did a complete 180. He's one of my better, one of my favorite picks now after going to do it. I didn't know nothing about it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't come up here and act like I saw one inkling of film on him. I didn't. Now after watching him, oh yeah. They talk about creating lanes. Oh, I know who may be happy. If A-Chan stay here, he's gonna be happy he's here. Ollie Gordon, Jalen Wright. Oh, they're gonna be happy he's here. The UDFA, if he make the team, oh, he's gonna be happy he's here. I could guarantee you that. But go ahead, Lou. Yeah, but I'm 180 on this. This is one of my favorite picks now.
Okay, man, Tony, you make that sound so good. You got you got Mike Best in there talking about Tony got me so pumped up. Well, I don't give two flying fucks how Tony got you pumped up. Tony has lost his damn fucking mind. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be Joe Button in this scenario. What the fuck what?
I'm telling you, dog. Okay.
Listen, again, from a mindset standpoint, Tone, I'm with you. He is a dog. You know what I seen when we picked him? A bunch of other dogs that were better than him on the board. Me. Well, have you again? Not that what he can do. You brought in virtually a fullback and a blocking tight end. I'm not trying to hear none of this bullshit about what he can do. Tone, we're gonna be at tailgates this season together. I'm going to make sure I'm going to bring a football out to the tailgate. I'm going to put you about 3 yards away from me, and I'm going to throw you the football. I think, Tone, you're going to have sure hands. I don't think you're going to drop a pass. Let me go down to man's. I'm glad we did homework. In 25 catches, 250 yards. You want me to believe you got a receiving tight end here? That's what you want me to believe. Let's go again. I'm going to go down his college career. 25 catches, 250 yards. The highlight of him running up the seam this season, he's by himself. because no one was accounting for him. So, yeah, he's going to have a play here, play there where he's wide open. I'm sure he could catch the ball. Again, I got a 10-year-old in my house that can run 25 yards, no one around him. I've seen him. We do it all the weekends. I'm throwing him footballs. He's catching the footballs. From a mindset standpoint, Tone, I'm with you. From a running game standpoint, I get you. The pick was it was a reach. It was an overvalue. Tone, I'm going to tell you something that, again, I can't fault you for because you weren't around. At least I don't think so, right? When these statements were made. On YouTube and on Twitter, when I first got around, Mike Gesicki used to be on our football team, Tony.
Yeah.
The argument for Mike Gesicki was other teams know we're going to throw the ball because Mike Gesicki cannot block. It was a telltale sign. Well, hey, listen, I can't debate that. Your general manager drafted a tight end in the 3rd round that when defenses see him on the field, it's a telltale sign you're going to run the ball. There is no threat. There is no threat. Well, again, cool, fine. I'm not from the mindset. He can do what he do. When you said he wasn't going to be there, I disagree.
He wasn't.
Okay, cool. Well, again, now that's your word versus mine. I'm just telling you, I believe he would have been there. I believe.
Well, you got a tight end that went 31 right after him. Right after our pick.
Again, I don't.
You got a tight end that went the 2nd pick in the 4th round.
So right what does that matter to me? The same.
I'm just telling you that he wouldn't go because they would go. They would go on.
The same thing you told me about if Caleb Douglas ain't on this team, would we be fine? Yeah. If this dude wasn't on the team, would we be fine? Yes, we would. We would. Again, we could try to make it seem like this is not an overvalue. It is, bro. It is. Again, do we have to go down the list? Forget about it's not the player I want. There's multiple players that is better than him that was on the board. Multiple. Miss me. Bro, 2 years ago, this team ran for 2,000 yards. This dude wasn't on the team. Last year alone, A-Chain ran for almost 1,300 yards. So you get this dude in the 3rd round. Let's say A-Chain gets you 1,500. So 200 more yards. People are telling you, Tone, that, again, I heard it today. He could possibly be Rob Gronkowski. Have y'all lost y'all's fucking mind? Do y'all remember who Rob Gronkowski was before he got hurt in college? No, that is a vertical threat. That was someone that stretched the deep. This guy is a blocking tight end. Tone, we drafted him, and the first highlight they showed was him lined up in the H-back row, a fullback. Don't try to convince me that at 87 he was worth the pick. He wasn't. I'm not trying to hear none of this, bro. Y'all, this is what they do, Tone. This is what they do. They try to cover up the fact that it's a flaw. Do I like the player? Yes. Do I like the mindset? Yes. He's a 5th round pick.
You're crazy.
He is.
You're not getting him in the 5th round. No, you're not.
20. What am I supposed to do, Tom, with 25 catches for 250 yards in a college career? What am I supposed to do with that?
That's not his college career. His college career is
how many catches he had this year, Tom?
65 catches in his college career. What are you talking about?
How many catches did he have this season, Tom?
15.
For how many yards?
168. 2 touchdowns.
Cool. That's pick 87. Okay. That's pick 87, Tom.
All right.
No. We're talking about production. Is 12 catches for a $136, 3rd 80 pick, a top 100 player. Is 12 catches for a $136 worth the 87 pick.
Yeah, I knew this was coming.
What do you mean by that?
Wrong one.
Got him. We fucking got him.
I was waiting till I see my good brother Niner in there. Niner, thank you, because I did my homework. I don't know about this Gronkowski stuff. They lost their mind. He more of a George Kittle. Now you go ask the 49er fans how important George Kittle is to that run game.
Yeah.
And when he missed. Now you know what? Since we want to throw out numbers, how many catches you think George Kittle had in his career?
How dynamic do you think? So again, I need this on wax.
I'm asking you, how many catches do you think George Kittle had in his career?
I don't know. I didn't watch Iowa football. I don't know.
48 catches for 732 yards.
Do you think? Again, so cool.
You were just.
I just need this on wax. I just need this on wax. Is he George Kittle?
He could be a potential George Kittle type of player.
Okay, cool.
That prototype, yes.
Now,
George Kittle would rather block you than catch a football. Go
1,000%. 1,000%. Now, Tone,
this guy. You're gonna tell me if I can get a George Kittle type mindset at tight end? That's what way more than whoever you think you're gonna get right there.
Did you do your homework? Huh? Did you do your homework?
Yes, I did my homework.
What pick was George Kittle?
5th round. He went in the 5th round.
Who? Say that again.
He went in the 5th round, I think. I know it's somewhere in the fifth round. I know that.
He went where?
Okay, but if you draft George Kittle right now, is he going in the 5th round?
I don't know nothing about that.
I do know. We know what George Kittle is.
I know the player you're
Are you drafting him in the 4th round now? Are you drafting him in the 4th round now?
I know the player you comped him to win in the 5th round. That's what I do know. I know the player that you and Mr.
You tried to kill him for his college stats, and he's more of a
brother just told me that he could possibly be George Kittle, and all I'm saying is he went in the 5th round. We got ours at pick 87.
It's a different draft.
Oh, okay. Say less.
It's a different draft.
Say less.
All right. We'll see. But I tell you what, he got the mindset of George Kittle. I tell you that. I know you watch him play. Now, you go ask George Kittle what would he rather do, catch a football or lay somebody out. He's going to tell you I'd rather lay somebody out.
I don't know.
He just so happened to develop into a receiving threat.
Okay,
but that's not his mindset.
All right.
That's not. I'm sorry.
I just want to know.
But you're not going to tell me.
So you think he's
take
George Kittle
off that offense and look completely different. Everyone over there tell you. Everyone will tell you.
Yeah. And again,
that's what I love the pick. I'm sorry. This is great. I can't wait till he proves all y'all wrong.
And when George Kittle, that dynamic blocking tight end in San Francisco, is not killing them in the passing game, all that shit don't matter.
Yes, it does. Because you got
dynamic.
Because you got McCaffrey. You got McCaffrey running for damn near 2,000 total yards.
I just want to know when I can finish. That's all.
All right,
I just want to know when I can finish. The most dynamic when the 49ers offense is at its best is when George Kittle is running up the seam, doing crosses, and killing them in the pass game. Tell me I'm lying. That's when they're the most dynamic. And what I'm telling you is this guy cannot do that. Now, he can give you what George Kittle gets you in the running game. Cool. But when the 49ers are at its best offensively, George Kittle is an offensive weapon. And this guy is not.
You don't know that. George Kittle wasn't that coming out of college.
Y'all can pretend it. All right, cool.
George Kittle wasn't that coming out of college. I just got he got way better stats than George Kittle coming out of college.
TD must be in my mind. Time will tell.
Time will tell. I can't wait. I cannot wait till he prove all y'all wrong.
Well, okay, we'll see. I bet you now to that statement right there, if he don't prove you wrong, right, or prove us wrong, I know one person that will still be here. That will be you. But all these other damn people,
here, so what? I'm gonna be here.
No, okay. Again, and that's what I said. You'll be here. I bet you all these other people won't. I bet you won't see none of these other people when this shit fucking fails and he's not worth pick 87. I bet you these people won't show up. I bet you they won't.
All I'm saying is, when they went on their Super Bowl run in 2020, George Kittle only had 48 catches, 600 yards, 34 yards, and 2 touchdowns. They went to the Super Bowl that year, 2020.
Hey, we'll see.
You told me that's when they was killing them. That's what you told me.
You believe
now the second one, 2024, he had 1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns. Though
you believe he's George Kittle?
I think he fits that mold. Yes.
Okay, cool. You believe he's George Kittle? Cool.
He fits that mold. When I watch him play football, the first thing came to my mind.
So every player that comes out, so Kadyn Proctor reminds you of Larry Allen?
No, he don't. Because he don't play the game with the tenacity of Larry Allen. He don't have the capability of Larry Allen. I saw you know what? You want to know since you want to talk, right? I see him understand routes and understand the difference between when they switch out of cover 3 and cover 2 and how to bend it more to the middle because they split to cover 2 and catch a touchdown. And I seen on two plays.
Yeah. Oh, you seen how many plays?
2 of them.
Okay,
capability. Cool. He showed the capability.
So you see
the potential.
You seen 2 plays. So 2 plays is worth the 87 pick. I say left.
The potential there, yes.
Again, cool.
Man, time will tell. I see. Yeah, you're right. Time will tell. But that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Again,
I know that.
87. The 87th pick is worth potential, is what I'm hearing.
Everything in the draft is worth potential.
Not at. Again, at 87, bro. There's Tone. You're better than this. There are players on the board that are plug and play, ready to go, and give you more of an impact than a fullback at 87.
No, he's not a fullback. He's a tight end.
He is.
He's a tight end. You know what?
Cool.
You know what? The team that's winning, right? The team that's winning and going to championship and win a playoff game, guess what? They run 12 or 13 personnel more than normal.
Cool.
But we don't value tight ends.
And they run.
We don't value tight ends, so we don't understand that. I bet you can't take
that with tight ends.
I bet you.
No, that same championship team got their tight end in the 5th round, Tony.
They didn't win. So what is a different drive? This guy wouldn't have been in the 5th round. George Kittle was there. This guy would have never made it.
Who told you he wasn't going to be in the 5th round?
The tight ends that got drafted after him told me he would be in the 5th round.
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
Yeah.
You know how many tight ends got? You want me to tell you how many tight ends got drafted after him?
I don't give a damn. He could have been the last tight end on the board, and I wanted to look him at 87.
5, 6 tight ends. No, 7, 8, 9. 9 tight ends win.
You could mention 20. You could mention 29 tight ends, and I wanted to took him at 87.
Yeah, you gonna tell me he was gonna make it? You don't. No, I don't think so.
Okay,
no,
what's cool? Say that.
He wouldn't have made it. I think there was a value pick.
None of these teams would have made it. You know what, Tone? You sound like them. Caleb Douglas wouldn't have made it there neither.
Oh no, you don't believe that. You don't believe. You just said that.
I don't believe the tight end would have been there neither. What are we talking about?
But I do though. But I do. That's the problem. You right? So I'm sorry.
So it's your
all I know is if the 49ers had that same mindset with George Kittle, then they would say, "Oh, he's not going to be a receiving threat. He's not because what he did in college in Iowa turned out just fine for them."
Yeah, in the 5th round it did.
Okay, that's why he was there. I would love to see.
And this guy would have been there. And this guy would have been
there. Nah.
You could convince yourself that he was, bro. No one had Will Kuznicki as a top 100 player. Nobody.
How you know? I see a lot of tight ends went right after him.
How you know it? How do you know he wasn't going to be there?
You want to know? You want to know how many tight ends went? I'm just going to name the tight ends to go in the 5th round. Huh?
Yeah, man, stop. All right. Yeah.
3rd round, right after him. Eli Rabidon from Notre Dame. Guess what? Matthew Hibner, SMU went right out. That's in the 4th round. Justin Jolly, 5th round. Max Bredesen, 5th round. Turner,
you wouldn't have been
5th round. Roddy Nowalski,
you wouldn't have been good. You wouldn't have been good with Justin Jolly.
5th round. Josh Cuevas, 5th round. You talk about he would have been. Man, you see all those tight ends that took it way before we picked. Get out of here, bro. You would never got him there.
Didn't you just say 5th round?
Yeah, all before we picked. I'm telling you. Did
it again? Cool. Now again, I just want to ask: when we made the trade for Chris Johnson or whoever, didn't we get a 4th round pick back?
Yeah.
So real quick. So all those guys, I just heard you scream 9 names, and you were like 5th round, 5th round, 5th round. So could you have gotten Kuznicki in the 4th round?
Yeah, you possibly, yeah.
And you picked him at 87.
So what? No. What the hell are you talking about? So you gonna give back who we got in the 4th round? Who did we give? You gonna give him back
in the 4th round?
Yes, you should.
None of that.
So, bro, you're crazy, Lou. You're crazy.
I'm crazy because I don't sound like y'all.
Cal Lewis. Crazy? You'll get Cal Lewis back? That's who we got in the 4th?
Man, you know what, man?
Are you gonna give him back?
This is absolutely crazy.
Then we get the edge out of Texas
for a fullback in the 3rd round.
I'm just asking you, are you giving these picks back? I'm just saying, you don't want the edge in the linebacker. You don't.
No. What I'm telling you is, I don't want a fullback in the 3rd round. That's what I'm telling you.
Well. Hey, I'm sorry. Sorry, but not sorry. Sorry, but not sorry. Sorry, but not sorry. I'm so sorry. Who that is? Sean.
Thank you, Sean. Yeah, Sean. He's Durham Smythe. That's who he is. You took Durham Smythe in pick 87. That's what you did.
And that's what we doing. Agreeing with Sean. Yeah. Durham Smythe. Okay. They would have said the same thing. They would have said the same thing about George Kittle. I hear nobody say better production than George Kittle coming out of college.
Well,
ain't nobody. If he Durham Smythe,
I know one thing. If Christopher Aloysius Greer III would have picked Durham Smythe at 87, I bet you Tony and the Minions would change their name. Oh, let Mike McDaniel.
I see Kamaric
back in the 3rd round and see what
happens. I don't see no Durham Smythe. I don't see no Durham. I see you. Sean sound like a fool.
Mike McDaniel and Christopher Aloysius Greer pick this dude at 87 see what happens.
He don't look like. You don't even know what he talking about. Oh, he don't look. He can't beat George Kittle because he haven't shown the capability of a receiver.
I said
George Kittle didn't either. George Kittle didn't either.
George Kittle was in the 5th round.
I don't care, but he said.
I know you don't. So what you care about? So what you care about that he can block?
I care that he has the capability of. The block. Yeah,
okay, I really love that. Well, say less. Say less. So he's the only blocking tight end in there. No one else can block.
He's the best one. He's the best
one. Yeah. I know.
The best one. Don't say he's the only. No. He's the best one.
We got a specialist. You know what this sound like?
Special.
When we had. Hey, you know what this sound? Hey, Tone. You know what this sound like?
Special.
Hey, Tone. You know what this sound like? It sounded like when we had the best fullback in the game. Remember?
We never had the best fullback in the game.
Remember when we had the best fullback in the game?
No, I don't remember that. No.
Okay, cool.
No.
All right, say less.
No. Yeah, he was never the best fullback in the game.
We had the best blocking fullback in the league.
No, they didn't. What's the dude from out of Baltimore? He was the best one. He was the second best.
There was a bunch of people reading inspirational emails on Monday from the best blocking fullback in the game.
They ain't got nothing to do with me. He wasn't dominating like him.
It got something to do with your
you
football
put on
team,
that film, and you gonna tell me Alec Eagle don't block nowhere near this young man.
I don't know nothing about that.
Nowhere near this young man. That's a value pick. And guess what? And they still got the value over there. All right, man. Listen. I told y'all this man here. Y'all gonna disrespect, call him Durham Smythe. Get out of here. You ain't never seen Durham Smythe handle nobody like how you.
I think Durham Smythe might be better than him. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah. Chris Greer, Chris Greer. Come on, we talk about what Sully and Hafley done, and all I'm saying is, they messed up.
80s. You know what? It's smart. You know what else? A GM got to understand. Okay, I need to get this guy because that's a value pick. Because the value that I could get from the guys right under him is still going to be great value pick. You gonna tell
value pick?
Yeah, it's a value pick. You always
have you lost your mind?
You always go for the best tight end. You know how I know? You want to know how I know?
No.
You know how I won my fantasy league? By having the 3 best tight ends in fantasy. That's how I know. I know about tight ends. Y'all don't. Y'all don't value tight ends.
Okay, cool.
Y'all don't deserve them. I understand. You always go for the best player in that position. You got the opportunity to get the best guy at that position at 87, and you're gonna tell me you're gonna go get the second, third. I thought you said you ain't want second, third, fourth, fifth best.
He was the best. So I just want to know. He was the best player. The best tight end
position.
Okay,
the best position. Yeah, I thought best tight end at that position. Cool. That's all I'm saying. He was.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
You got the best.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
All right, bet. All right, bet.
Yeah, we got the best.
All right, well, all right, we'll see, man. All right. But I'm sorry, y'all. Well, I ain't sorry because I know that's what y'all waiting on anyway. The fact I told y'all because I was listening. I'm like, dang, they killing a man. Now we wanted the dominant running game.
We should kill him.
We wanted to be able to run the ball when people knew, and we don't care. No matter what. That's what we wanted to do.
No.
Mindset. We want mindset. Now we don't want mindset because you don't like it.
You said you said we wanted to run the ball. No, these damn fools wanted to run the ball. I don't give a damn how you get the first down. Pick it up.
I would
I don't give a damn
bully you
about
to
none
it.
of that.
I'd rather
You talking
bully
about
you
he's
to
the
it.
best player at
I know
87?
what?
Man,
I know they ain't gonna
stop.
call him soft. I bet you I know what word they're not gonna use soft no more. I bet you that.
You know what's crazy to me? And this is the last thing I'm gonna say about our generational tight end. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. For all
You
these,
said it, not me.
well, for all these damn pity patters that love everything Tony's saying, congratulations. Y'all can have that bullshit if you want to. What I will tell you is all these great evaluators, Tone, that are in the chat agreeing with you, you know what they also did? Something that me and you did not do, Tone. They did 1,000 mock drafts. And I promise you one thing, Tone, not one of these dumb. Again, hold on real quick. Let me get my numbers right because I want to be factual here. We got 43 people in the room.
Hey, don't you disrespect? Yeah.
Not two of them dropped because they knew what I was about to say. We got 41. Not one of these 41 people had Will Kuznicki that they picked in their mock draft 87. But now all of a sudden, he's the best player we could have got. Oh, he should have been the pick. So then why the hell, when you know what's on? Every day I woke up on the timeline, all I seen was people posting mock drafts. I never, not once in the history of a mock draft, seen Will Kuznicki at pick 87.
Why you call him Kuznicki?
Whatever that dude's name is. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now, Tone, because now the numbers are going up. If somebody can prove to me with a mock draft, DM it to me. VC confident. I send anybody a VC box. If you got Will Kuznicki or whatever that dude's name is,
Kamaric
at 87 or lower, I'll send you a VC box. Go ahead, I'll wait.
Noob is hilarious. He said I did 1,000 marks by myself and never accidentally drafted them.
There you go. Now,
I know my boy Von Joe say he didn't do one. They did a great say he didn't do a single one.
I know he didn't.
Yeah. Powerhouse TJ said he went 13 for 13. Oh, yeah. Powerhouse said I had him at 94.
All right, cool.
The Reddit said, "No, you need to get your rash up." He don't know nothing about the rash, but I
don't. Again, I don't need to talk to the realist. Wasn't the realist on somewhere else talking shit?
Oh, I don't remember.
I do.
Listen,
that realist is the one that said he was in Palm Beach and he could get this work. Well, we'll see. Because I'll be in Palm Beach. We'll see. Don't come over here. Don't think shit is sweet over here. You're gonna be talking all kind of cash shit and ain't no one gonna see. Don't think no one don't see. Don't come over here trying to play. Oh, Lou got it. Don't talk to me. Go mess with them other dudes. That's
I don't even know who Will Kamaric. Yeah, man. Look at Dave. Dave. Now when we in spaces, he said 41st Street and Broadway.
Well,
listen, 44 in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe. Y'all got to subscribe, man. Go ahead and subscribe. I told y'all. I know y'all was gonna wait for that one. Listen. Hey, when we disagree, we disagree. It had to be organic. That's all I'm saying. So, VC conviction is hilarious, Lou. So listen, man, make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all, if y'all didn't vote on the poll, there's a poll in the chat. Grade this job by Sully, his very first job. Give it a grade A, B, C, D/F, whichever one. Y'all let me know. My brother is back. So listen, moving forward. You know, we already I went 19 minutes in. I knew that one was gonna go up. I knew it. I could tell because I knew he wasn't gonna see my. Listen, am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I'm trying to bring him over to the light. It just ain't work this time, but hey, it is what it is. 94, Lou. I think we both can agree. Great value there, Chris Bell.
Great value there. Can't complain. Chris Bell at 94, that's the value I'm talking about. That is where a general manager ends its bones in this league. When you can get very good players at a very good value, not reaches. Not going crazy and thinking, trying to outsmart the board or outsmart the room. So yes, Tone, Chris Bell at 94 is a great value because without that ACL injury, he's a first-round talent. He's a mid-first rounder to late first-round talent. You got him virtually at 100. So nah, bro, that is great value for Chris Bell.
That is a fact. Now we already an hour and 20, so I don't even want to kill it no more. who don't reach. Well, I mean, if you reach, we got to call it out. We're not saying they don't reach, but we're gonna call out the reaches. That's just the way it goes. So Trey Moore, linebacker. What do you think out of him? Mhm.
Upside. I think there's some
Upside,
upside there. I like
versatility.
again. I like the player, versatile. Can do
Mhm.
multiple things. Again, I'm not going to kill that pick neither. Good.
Yeah, I think that's what we both can agree when it comes to Trey Moore and um what's his name? Hold on, my bad. Him and the guy right after him, Kyle Lewis. I think versatility is the game. Now
Great
with
value.
Kyle Lewis, I want to say this. Kyle Lewis, this is one of my favorite picks. This is another one of my favorite picks. Now, Mike Best, I know you want to let me talk to you, so explain something to y'all. Halfley he loves the cover three, right, Lou? Correct me if I'm wrong, but
Yes.
he loves the
Yes.
cover three.
hmm
Cover three. Do y'all understand? Cover three is typically three deep, but only one of them is safety, right?
Only one would be a safety. Yes.
What other safety? Roam in that middle.
Roam in that middle.
This is what Kyle Lewis is perfect for that role. You don't have to take him off the field. Cover three, you got your three deep coverage that you cover your deep, and you got a guy at linebacker that covers like a cornerback and a safety, and he's very versatile. This is where he can make his bones and make this defense something to where we was all complaining and wondering why they not taking safeties. But I would have took Jaden Kilgore was there. I would have took him there. A safety. However, watching Kyle Lewis, and once they picked him up, I'm like, I like that pick, because when you watch him coverage, he covers like a DB. When you watch him tackle, he tackled like a linebacker. When you watch him rush, he rushed like an edge. That's versatility in Kyle Lewis. And he has the mentality. So, Mike Bass, this is why I think Kyle Lewis would be his most valuable for this team when we get them in third and longs or whatever, or third down. You want to get them off the books. Y'all remember when Halfley was trying to break it down? What's the difference between a 3-4 and a nickel? He said, "Oh, what the difference between a big nickel or a small nickel?" That's what he's talking about. That could be the big nickel, because he's a linebacker but plays like he can and runs like a safety or a DB. Tony H and Lou, do you see him like a Buddha like they had with the green? I see him as being very, very versatile, and he had again, these guys have to go out and perform in the NFL. It's all cool that they're doing it, that they've done it in college. Okay, cool. You want to see the film, hopefully it translates, but let's just see. You know what I'm saying? We could project all we want, but they have to go out there and put in the work and get the film work on. I mean, get their home in on their skills so they can translate to the NFL. But I think Kyle Lewis is the biggest, to me, value he's going to bring to the team. Michael Taft or Tafe, I think it's Taft. I guess that's what you say. What's your thoughts about him, Lou? I think he's small. I'm not a fan of
He-
this pick.
He's like
Mentality
a
wise, yeah, but
mentality wise. Listen, he's like a Brandon Jones type. He's small like that, but again, he's willing to get down and dirty a little bit.
mhm,
You watch him. He's physical at least. He's not scared to get his head in there. At this point, Tone, any of these guys, we're getting into the fifth, sixth, seventh round. You're
yes,
you're you're taking chances on here. I'm not going to sit here and complain about none of these guys. Again, I heard Dade say it earlier. He looks more like a special teams player. I could see that maybe he builds into something. Who knows? But again, I'm not going to kill him. He has something there. We got to see it.
very
We got
smart.
to we very smart Tone, right? So again, the thing I like most about him, he's physical. He doesn't look like he plays the game scared. So again, we talk
Yeah,
about mindset all the time. If Halfley can coach him up, maybe get something out of him, we'll see. Is it a home run pick? No. But again, single, maybe double, something like that. If you can get something from him, again, I'm not going to be mad at the pick. At least
yeah,
he's physical. It looks like he plays with the right mindset. And he's
yeah,
smart for the most part. So it is what
yeah.
it is.
Kevin Coleman Jr. I think they got him to help out in special teams as a returner. Slot guy, predominantly slot. So Not mad at it. I think he's the best route runner out of this whole draft for us. He's the best. He's a great route running slot, and I think he's a return man. So that's competition for Malik Willis.
What that means, Malik or Taj is off this roster.
Someone, you know how that goes. So, and you listen, competition. I'm never mad at competition. So, dude, Traore, I think that's how you said his name. Traore.
Oh yeah, from the NFL Academy.
Yeah, now that one I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, dude. I'm just be real. I don't know.
No, he's great. He's great value there, Tom.
I know he's very fast. Ran 22 miles per hour. Still learning. Potential there, but I think at round 5, 180.
Yeah, you never
guy.
You never know, Tony. He could be the next Tony Gonzalez. You never know.
Yeah, I see Sean put that in there. I'm not even paying Sean no attention, my brother. At least what I had, you can go look at the numbers and say they're comparable. The play style and it says comparable. You just throwing names out there because you in your feelings. But that's how they do. So round 6, 200. That's the pick we had got from trading back. DJ Campbell. Guard from he's the one from Texas, right? Lou?
Yes, out of Texas. Yep. Guard out of Texas. Yep.
Yep. I'm never mad at get some depth there. And then now I love this pick at round 7. Love this pick at Max Llewellyn. I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah, out of Iowa.
Yeah, out of Iowa. Man, listen. I'm watching them, and you know what? Those guys out in Iowa, but all they do is breed football. So at the very least, you're gonna get a guy that's all about playing football and gonna give it your all, nose down, head down, just work type mentality. Do anything that you ask him, and is willing to help in whatever you ask. Is it special teams? Okay, cool. You listen to him. He say, "Man, I'm just trying to make the team whatever in whatever capacity that I can. If I got to help on special team, then and so be it." So now I seen some of the highlights of that boy hitting spin moves, acting like he Dwight Freeney or someone out there. But yeah, I think that was great value at round 7. So I mean, again, listen, overall going through the draft, as cooler heads prevail. I think it's not as bad as we initially said. I mean, obviously, when you're not getting the guys that you think are on the board, you're just going to, react in a moment at that point. It's the heat of the moment. But then you go back and you do research and you come back and say, well, I see the vision. Still would have did a couple things different, but all in all, I didn't. At least Luke gave him at least a C.
Hey, Tom, what did you because I don't know if it broke up or not for me. What did you say about the Iowa boys, or what did you say about Iowa football players?
They just keep their head down, play football, just willing to do whatever it takes. They're going to be all about football.
Got them. We fucking got them.
I just said I already know why you asked me that.
You mean that's why Kadyn Proctor wanted to leave Iowa?
Hey man, listen, he's not.
I don't know. Where are the minions in the chat at? I just want to know that. So wait a minute. The Iowa boys, all they want to do is play football, but number 12 overall, couldn't wait to get out of Iowa. Is that what you're telling me?
Okay, what that mean?
You know what? Never mind. We got George Kittle. Don't worry about it.
But I'm just asking you, what do that mean? Is D'Angelo Brown?
It don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing.
Scott, an Iowa boy?
It don't mean Tone.
Oh.
I'm just Tone.
I'm just asking.
Tone, don't you got me on the show so I can get my shit off? I'm just trying to get my shit off, dog. That's all I'm doing.
Hey man, listen. Oh my God. Yeah. So I think with all that being said, that's the job. Lou gave him a C. I gave him a B-. We'll see. I tell you what. At the end of the day, no matter if we disagree or we agree on picks, I know we want what's best for this team, though. And we're going to give our honest assessment of who we think could or could not help this team win. We're going to have different opinions, but that's how you have a healthy debate in don't call people out their name. We didn't get to the Joe Button and Ish level, but man, you know what I'm saying? Got a little heated there. It means they didn't have a Krispy Kreme
Yeah, the cornfield.
in the
Yeah, that's a
cornfield.
fact.
Oh man, cornfields are in Nebraska. Maybe they got them out too. But yeah. So listen, real quick before we get up out of here, Lou. You know what I'm saying? Listen, 35 of y'all still in the building. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. You know, subscribe. We need. Hey, let's start growing our subscriptions up here, man. We be giving y'all this great content. Go to subscription. He said scroll up. You must be talking to somebody else, Dave. Okay, so Lou, I think we bought in more since I made this graphic. So, you know, but here are a couple of UDFAs that we bought in. Anyone stand out to you? You know, that you want to talk about?
I like Maul. I like Moss from Texas A&M. He's had some injury concern. But again, running back to just add depth to the room. I like that. The offensive lineman, I got to do a little bit more homework. The lineman, the tackle, I believe, out of Boston College. Again, bro, fits the bill though. From what y'all are saying and from what Sully and Halfley said, they want big, tough, just mauling type offensive lineman. You look at the kid, the UDFA from Boston College. That's a guy right there. And then my last one is Lewis Moore. 7 interceptions this season for the national champion Indiana Hoosiers. Bringing him in as a UDFA again. I don't know if he makes the team or whatever, but as a UDFA, you look at the production, and again, on a coming from a national champion, I think that was a pretty good pickup there with Lewis. I believe it's Lewis Moore out of Indiana, the safety. So, yeah, there's a couple guys I like on that list.
Yeah, I think Lewis Moore. When you look at Lewis Moore, he's not the most athletic guy, not the most. You know, he's not the fastest guy, but however, he's another quarterback in that secondary, and he's smart. At the very least, he's probably be great at special teams. You know, Le'Veon Moss. Yeah, you know, we saw that boy at Texas A&M, so we know what he's capable of. He has to stay healthy, like you said. Anytime I see our state, you know, and I just think of football players. You know, and I think they're used to working for everything that they get. So I'm never mad at that. Mark Gronowski he's a dual threat guy too. So you know what I'm saying, he can use his legs a little bit. Who? That's the competition, quarterback competition. Renee Conger, the D lineman. I think he's a D tackle. So that's another D tackle for you guys. That we were talking about. Now, before we get out, and then Kevin Klein, you know, out of Boston College, offensive tackle, you know, it is what it is. Real quick, I want to say this. For the people that was the edge, because you know, we didn't address edge that much. I think they have a lot of versatility in the linebackers that they can rush off the edge. Again, another reason why, let me go back here, why Kyle Lewis, it can bring value. The man rushes like he's an edge, bro. Like he does. You know, you're not going to rely on that. But I brought this up in the spaces. I bring it up here. I think they can move Zach Sealer out a little wide because, you know, we have a lot of D tackles here, and we know for a fact he can set the edge. You know, and then don't forget they brought in Uche, who can set the edge too. You know that they all their DNs can set the edge in the Patriots. We know this. So I think from year one they were just thinking, you know, let's start to build team building, trenches, like-minded football players. It's crazy because the fact that Kyle Lewis and Jacob Rodriguez, without even knowing that they're going to be potential teammates, already created a bond and just naturally, organically, like me and you, Luke, you know, gravitated to one another and started working together and studying together. And Jacob Rodriguez teaching them how to create turnover. Like, you got all the talent. Now just turn that great positional into turnovers. What we all say, listen, what makes you a dynamic player when you create those turnovers. You know, Jacob Rodriguez became a master at creating turnovers. You know, to where it had him up there in the Heisman race at a linebacker. You know, that don't often happen. And again, I appreciate all y'all. I see y'all in the chat saying prayers up for Insanity. Yes, prayers up for Insanity. Now I did speak to her, so she's at least, but everything is good. But we just, just pray, send our prayers. You know how we do over here. It's family thing. So the peanut putts. But Lou, man, listen. I tell you one thing. I remember, and I distinctly remember you saying you was tired of us getting along. So
yeah, we had to do it. We had to do it.
I hope you're happy now. We found one, and thank you, and for everyone that comes here that watch this content that wants organic content. Unfortunately, we're not up here just to scream and yell at each other just because y'all want to see a back and forth like that. No, it always have to be organic. We have to generally disagree on something. Because when I pose my argument, it has to make sense. When he poses his argument, it has to make sense. We're not just going to argue because we don't like him. We don't like him, or we like him for a specific reason. Do you have anything to help out your argument? Anything to support your reasoning for why you either like or dislike someone? And as you can see, we both, like, you look at his rebuttal with the Kittle, with he got him in the 5th round. Which you understand positional value, where you get them at, and things of that nature. So I hope y'all enjoyed that back and forth. I might just clip that one up. You know what I'm saying? And real appreciate y'all, man. Rocking over here, help the channel grow. Help push us out in the algorithm. And again, prayers up for our sister. And Lou, anything before we get up out of here?
I'm gonna say again. I see everybody in the chat saying prayers up to Finsanity. Tony just said it. I have to say it too. Finsanity, if you're listening, I'm sure you'll watch. We all miss you. We love you. Hopefully you start feeling better. And everybody's sending the prayers. I see it. One more thing before I do get us up out of here, Tone. A kid very near and dear to my heart made the league today. Got the call as a UDFA. Shout out to Junebug, my little dog. Junior Vander Ross got an invite to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as a UDFA. He's coming back home. So shout out to Junebug. And with that being said, this has been the Monday episode, post-draft episode of the Bliss Pickup. Again, for our sister Finsanity, from my brother Tone, you know who I am. We'll catch y'all Wednesday for the next one. Y'all know what we do, man. Bang it up in the chat. See y'all.
Bang, bang, bang.